How old is a case when it's considered new? This case I published on June 18, 2025. I don't know if it's new. Blink and guess what the police are opening. It will definitely scare you if I tell you. This is the most bizarre corpse dumping case in Shanghai in recent years. An unknown female corpse was found on the bank of the Huangpu River.
No head, no limbs.
Weird things.
Belly of the dead.
There is a 9-month-old baby.
And this baby.
The two fathers were directly implicated.
Twists and turns. Incredible. Don't watch the end. You don't know.
How outrageous is the murderer's motive? Follow Donkey Brother to investigate the case. Refreshing and good for eating. Date, May 17, 2010. Location, the Bund, Shanghai.
That afternoon. River.
Cleaner Xiao Li is cleaning the river as usual. Suddenly, an unknown package floated from the river.
He quickly pulled it ashore.
Out of curiosity, Xiao Li decided to open the package to check. However, the scene before him terrified him. Inside the package was a female torso. No head and no dead branches. Confirmed by forensic autopsy.
The deceased was a
young woman between the ages of 23 and 25. Also missing head and dead limbs. Due to long-term immersion in water, the corpse has become a giant. Difficult to identify.
In addition, in the deceased,
police also found a 9-month-old boy.
Sexual use.
This case raises many questions.
Who is the deceased?
Why was she murdered when she was about to give birth?
For such cases,
determining the identity of the deceased is the top priority in solving the case.
However, due to the cruelty of the deceased,
direct identification is extremely difficult. Therefore, the fetus in the deceased's womb became the key clue to solve the case. Preliminary speculation. These cases, it may be about revenge or letting go of a burden.
At this critical moment,
Shanghai is one of the top 10 criminal investigation. One of the experts is Yan Jianjun, a forensic doctor, involved in the investigation. He knows all about this evil. The incident had a great impact on Shanghai society. The case must be solved as soon as possible to restore public confidence. After several attempts, the technicians successfully extracted DNA information from the deceased and the dead eagle, and quickly imported it into the country. DNA information database comparison.
However,
the initial comparison results did not bring good news. The police then began to infer the biological,
to find clues, combined with
forensic experts described the characteristics of the victim. Missing persons nationwide. The information was thoroughly checked. Although a lot of manpower and material resources have been invested in the investigation, but no valuable clues were obtained yet. The police can only continue to hope. Updating and comparing DNA database. They firmly believe, with the continuous improvement of the National DNA Information Database, the child's biological father will be found. To uncover the truth of this case, throughout the investigation, the police remained calm and focused.
They know.
The key to solving a case lies in persistence and wisdom, rather than momentary impatience and impulse. For criminal suspects suspected of violating discipline and law, we may do a DNA comparison.
Since our database,
in constant expansion and updating. Therefore, today's comparison results do not match. It doesn't mean there won't be a match tomorrow.
Time flies.
1.5 years later, on October 18, 2011,
Suzhou police reported,
when handling a gambling case, suspect's DNA successfully matched the DNA of a baby boy.
This means
the biological father of the child has been confirmed to be Yang, from Jinhu County, Huayan City, Jiangsu Province. After hearing this news, Shanghai police acted quickly.
Split into two groups.
The police immediately went to Suzhou, personally extract Yang's blood sample for reconfirmation. Another police officer. Then he went to Huayan, Jiangsu, where Yang was registered. Conduct in-depth investigation. The findings are shocking. Yang is not as married as, and he has a long criminal record, involving Western poison, drug trafficking and rape, extortion and other crimes. Police analysis believes,
between Yang and the victim,
there is an improper relationship between a man and a woman. In order to get rid of the victim's entanglement, he is most likely the real murderer in this case. However, Yang had been released by Suzhou police to avoid alerting the enemy. The police decided not to have direct contact with Yang for the time being. Instead, they secretly collected evidence of his crimes. At the same time, another group of police. All house rental records in Shanghai. Large-scale investigation of hotel check-in records. To track Yang's activities before the incident. According to the water flow characteristics of the Huangpu River. And the level of corruption in the hydrological experts infer. The place where the murderer dumped the body. You should go upstream or downstream from where the body was found. Within 5 kilometers. The body was dumped in December 2009. Winter to January 2010. However, what is puzzling is that the package contained the deceased's summer belongings. This shows that the murderer dumped the body. May have a fixed living environment. Assume Yang is the murderer. So he was alive before the woman. That is, there should be a rental record in Shanghai in 2009. But after investigation, Yang only has one hotel room booking record in Shanghai. At this time, news came from Yang's place of residence. By investigating their social relationships, the police are gradually uncovering the truth. The above text maintains the original meaning. Appropriate language optimization and structural adjustments have been made. Make the content clearer, concise and easy to understand. Yang's relatives and friends all said they have never seen Yang. There is a pregnant woman around.
According to common sense.
If Yang's lover is already 9 months pregnant
By his side.
Friends should be more or less aware of it.
But what is going on?
Even more peculiar is, most of Yang's relatives and friends live in the local area. I had almost no contact with Yang in Shanghai. To solve these mysteries, the police could only invite Yang in advance. Come to assist in the investigation. In the interrogation room, Yang remained silent. He firmly denied that he had ever had a lover in Shanghai. Not to mention that another woman was pregnant with his child. However, this argument is obviously untenable. Because the DNA evidence is irrefutable. As the saying goes, a dragon breeds a dragon. As the phoenix breeds the phoenix, sow melons and reap melons. You reap what you sow.
Fetal.
The DNA comparison with Yang has been confirmed. But Yang and these few years old. How big of a connection is there? There is currently no solid evidence that can directly point to. Although Yang is a major suspect.
But the police.
No direct evidence pointing to him has ever been found. This made the investigation of the case difficult. However, through previous investigations,
police found.
In May 2009 Yang. I have booked a hotel in Shanghai. This may open up a breakthrough in the case. After investigation. At that time, I was with Yang. Another person who went to Shanghai was
Chen's man.
After asking Chen, we learned that.
Then,
Yang invited him to Shanghai to do timber business.
But in fact,
after arriving in Shanghai, no business activities were carried out.
Instead, through a nickname, the woman of no. Hongjie bought drugs. And in a hotel. More importantly, at that time, Hongjie was pregnant.
This raises new questions. Could Sister Hong be the victim in this case?
However, Chen described.
When he met Sister Hong in May 2009. His belly is visibly bulging. Almost need to hold the waist with hands when walking. The forensic inference. The deceased had just become pregnant in May 2009. Calculate based on life experience. The time of Hong Jie's pregnancy seemed to be different from that of the forensic doctor. Inference does not match. However, we cannot rule out this possibility. Given that this is a series of continuous advancement actions. The time involved is the estimated time. Current priority is to find out the relationship between Yang and his sister.
According to Yang,
he was through a man named Baiwan.
Met Sister Hong.
Confirmed by investigation. Baiwan and Yang are both from Jinhu. And they are all in Junzi. Further investigation revealed.
The woman named Baiwan.
Currently living in Beijing and Shanghai. Soon, Baiwan was called in by the police for questioning. He revealed that Sister Hong had left Shanghai 2 years ago. Settled in Marriage Mountain with her husband. Based on this clue, the police were divided into 2 teams. A team went to Kunshan to look for Sister Hong. The other team continued in Shanghai. In-depth investigation of Yang's activities.
At this time,
Yang's friend Chen provided important information.
Chen recalled that,
when booking a room in Shanghai, I saw another woman in Yang's room. The room was in a mess. Apparently, They just had an intimate relationship. Yang later admitted. At that time, he was with a woman named Xiaoye. An improper relationship occurred. Xiaoye met him through Sister Hong.
At the same time,
The police who went to Kunshan to investigate brought good news. Sister Hong has been found. Hong Jie's real name is Wu.
for drug trafficking,
Drug abuse has been repeatedly cracked down by the police.
Wu recalled that
When Yang came to Shanghai to buy drugs from him, he introduced Xiaomin to Yang. At that time, Wu was already pregnant. Soon after, he left Shanghai.
for Xiaomin.
Wu Mao's limited. I only know that he might be from Hunan.
As for Xiaoye,
Wu said he was unsure of his place of origin. But it seems to mention Hunan. The police inferred that Xiaomin and Xiaoye may be the same person.
since Xiaomin,
Had an improper relationship with Yang.
then Xiaomin,
It is very likely that the Huangpu River,
the victim of the murder,
Wu further recalled that he met Xiaomin once before he left Shanghai. At that time, Xiaomin was also pregnant. November 12, 2011. The police went to the hotel where Yang had stayed. According to law, we retrieved the data on and around May 11, 2009. Information of all female guests for several days. After screening 1,600 female residents, the police have identified more than 30 people from Hunan province. Young women are the focus of the investigation. After Wu's identification, the victim, Xiaomin, was quickly identified. Xiaomin's real name is Fan.
native place, Hunan.
Shanghai police immediately launched an investigation into the new policy and quickly contacted Xiaomin's parents. By collecting blood from Xiaomin's parents and compare it with the victim's DNA, it was confirmed that Xiaomin was the victim in this case. Fan was only 25 years old at the time. He has lost contact with his family for many years.
In-depth investigation.
Xiaomin's social connections in Shanghai. Another suspect, Yu Hongrong, surfaces. Jade Prosperity Shanghai local.
Zhang and Xiaomin.
Maintaining improper relationships between men and women for a long time. According to the reaction of Yurong's neighbors. Around 2009, Yu Fanrong and his wife had gathered during this period.
Yu Fanrong brought a
Pregnant young woman returns home to live together. November 16, 2011. Jade Prosperity Road case.
He confessed that
He did have an improper relationship with Xiaomin. But when Xiaomin returned home to give birth in November 2009, firmly denied the crime of killing Xiaomin. However, when the police told him, the baby in Xiaomin's belly is not his business, with boom mood crash, finally admitted to killing Xiaomin, and the crime of abandoning the Huangpu River. He lamented that I had suffered so much. The child is not mine. I am making wedding clothes for others. Then Yu Fanrong is Xiaomin's boyfriend. Why did he have to be treated so cruelly and brutally? According to Yu Fanrong, Xiaomin used to work in a hair salon in Shanghai. Occasionally work in software services. The two met in 2008 and quickly lived together. During this period, Xiaomin became pregnant twice and had 2 miscarriages. May 2009. Yang came to Shanghai to buy drugs. Had an improper relationship with Xiaomin, leading to Xiaomin's 3rd pregnancy.
learn about this.
Later, Yu Fanrong asked Xiaomin to abort the child again. But at this time, Xiaomi had the idea of becoming a mother. Request Yu Fanrong to divorce his original wife. Marry yourself. Yu Fanrong decisively refused for the sake of his original family. The two had many arguments because of this. On the night of January 11, 2010, the two of them quarreled fiercely again over this matter.
In a quarrel,
Yu Fanrong strangled Xiaomin to death. They brutally dismembered the body and threw it into the river. Sadly,
until he was caught by the police.
Yu Hongrong doesn't even know. The child is not your own. What's even more sad is that Xiaomin probably knows nothing about this. The child turned out to be Yang's own flesh and blood. The case has been successfully solved.